Hello guys and welcome back. Well actually it's more, you should be welcoming me back I suppose more than anything. Welcome back though. Thanks for sticking around as well. Where do I start? Do you know what? It's been 4 months. Can you believe, well maybe you can. I can't. Do you know, it's really weird though. I've been up to so much stuff. You know, the last couple of update videos I did, I was like, I'm going to get into it, but I didn't get back into it, and we're in sort of like June now. I haven't done a proper video for this whole year, for like, what, 5 months? Yeah, so sorry about that. But I got to say, I really appreciate all the support and the messages. I still get loads of messages, people saying like good stuff and hope you're doing all right. The nice messages as well, people like asking, hoping that I'm doing well and things. I really appreciate that. I'm using my sort of like headphone thing. I normally use the camera mic, but I don't really like. It's got that sort of echoey voice, and this is not like the best recording thing. I do have a nice. Hey, hold on. You see this? This is like my stand and pop shield for oh, don't fall over. My new microphone, hopefully when I get it. It's been ordered for like ages. We'll see what happens. Shall we have a little chat about what's been going on? Because I've probably been waffling for way longer than I expected to. And all I really wanted to say was thank you for the support, even though I've done nothing to deserve it in that time. But some weird things have happened. Well, not weird, actually, just interesting. So I've got my notes as usual, so we can keep on more on track, although there's like 3 pages. Alright, so we'll try and whip through this, because I think you'd be interested to know. I wanted to, well, what I wanted to do was not do another update video, and that's kind of the reason why I have been not doing anything, because I felt guilty always doing update videos but not actually putting anything out, any real content, because update videos not really content. And I thought, well, anyway, I ended up doing nothing in the end. I don't know why, but that's just what happened. So what have I been doing? I've been going out quite a bit actually. Alright, tell you what, I'm going to show you some photos as well while I'm doing this. I entered an art competition as part of Brain Awareness Week in the UK, which it's like a national thing. It's like science-based, and the local cranial research team in the local university in the city that I live in was looking for artists. Some of you don't know this, but I'm an artist. Let me show you something. Yeah, so I did that for the exhibition, and I'll show you some photos now, I suppose. So I went to the exhibition, and there was also a public vote during the week of the exhibition, and like the ones that got the most vote then won a prize and got to go on a calendar. I won a prize, a little golden envelope. Yeah, it was cool. So I was happy about that. So that was cool. That was in March. What else? Oh yeah, right. So some of you know, not all of you know, but a few of you, particularly the older subscribers, perhaps if you've been paying attention anyway, know that I'm a programmer, and I program in Java, PHP, which is like that's not a programming language, that's a scripting language. It's like object orientation and everything that's like programmer-ish. Yeah, you base it on a server, but you know, and it doesn't have it doesn't compile anything. But to me, like Java and PHP, you can do well, you can't do exactly the same things. They've got different specialities. But I could do pretty much similar things. Granted, I couldn't launch a website. Anyway, let's not get into that. And Python as well. And and other sort of like peripheral sort of technologies around that, you know, like I don't know, scripts and language, not languages, but like like SQL database stuff and JavaScript, like all the SQLs, like SQL, MySQL, or MySQL, I suppose. I always say SQL, and the other guys, like the developers, says it's SQL. I don't know. I always say SQL. I suppose it is SQL, that's what people say. What else? JavaScript. Android as well. I've been doing a little bit of Android development as well, which is quite cool. Which basically just, it's basically XML front end and JavaScript in the background, basically. Not JavaScript, Java. Yeah, anyway, so I've been working on a few, about 5 actually, fairly large projects. Quite interesting. Since the beginning of the year, I've got a whole bunch of people ring me up at like January, February time, and they were like, "Hey, Sam, we've got this project we need to do, and we want you to do it. Here's loads of money." Well, some of them did that. So yeah, that's where most of my time's gone. I've built all sorts of weird and wonderful things, everywhere from this manipulable website that changes according to where you've come from. It's not that amazing actually. It was just quite tedious to work out like locations and things, and then to capture the referral links and things like that, and then there's another one that's basically an account system, and some like other things like little jobs and stuff. And well, not on top of the other project. I'm not going to go into too much detail with the projects though, because like I don't know if my clients would get like ticked off or something. I don't know. Let's just not go into it. But just so you know, I've been doing a lot, and there's been like crazy amounts. But I've been working with a new PHP framework. It's not too new, but it's Laravel. I don't know if you guys know about Laravel. I really like it actually. Actually, it's my preferred framework now. So that's what I've been doing, making a project with Laravel, a production project, not just my own little things. Oh, actually, on that subject, I've been doing my own little thing, which integrates my web servers with my bank, and then I pull in my bank details. And what I've been doing is getting my some of my clients to pay me on like direct debit sort of thing, and so then my thingy goes and checks who's been paying, and I don't have to like chase people up, and then it sends them emails off, and it's just like, it's not finished yet though. I'm working on it. I would have got it done like 8 months ago, but I've been like, this is that's work that I don't get paid for, so that gets like put to the bottom of the pile. Anyway, shall we move on? Because I've probably been blabbing on about this thing a lot longer than I've got, and we've got like all this stuff down here. Oh yeah, I've been doing Python, which is only a recent thing, but I will talk about that a little bit later on. Oh yeah, you should see this code. I'll put it on the screen. I've made this like command line Twitter app. I don't know. Do you? I don't know if you get. It doesn't look like anything, but like when you mess about with it, you feel like some kind of crazy hacker. At least I do. So. Although I'm not a crazy hacker, just so you know. Although that's another thing. One of my little jobs I've been doing is dealing with hacking. Oh man, I've got some clients that have got like fairly large e-commerce systems, and they keep getting hacked by people, and I hate it because it's like I hate hacks, because when I have to find the hole that they got in, then I have to find the back doors that they leave when they go in, and then I have to rinse all the code, and I hate hacks. Because this one was quite clever. It was a Blackhole Exploit. Oh, it was a nightmare, because they were quite clever with how they hid the code. It didn't show up in the HTML unless you were a Google bot or anyway. And it was hard to track down, because the other thing was, normally when they inject code into your website, they generally put it at the top of the file or the bottom of the file, because that's easier to do in coding. But these were quite clever. They put it like believe it or not, in the middle of the code, so it was harder to find, and they only put it in certain ones, like random ones. Anyway, so that was a pain to sort out, and I hate hackers. So if you are one, I'm sorry. We can't be friends. We can't be friends. Oh yeah, let me tell you about something, because I like to do cooking and stuff. I know I've told you about my gardening and stuff. Well, Well, at least some of my gardening stuff. But I've been growing mushrooms. Oyster mushrooms. I've been growing pearl mushrooms, pearl oyster, and pink oyster. And the pearl oyster didn't sort of like, failed miserably. Well, as you can see, I'm going to show you the photos. And I had 2 failed lots, but I found out what the key is. You have to grow them on a not horizontal, this is vertical. Yes, on a vertical surface, so that they come out horizontally. Because if you grow them on a horizontal surface, they want to grow up, but they also want to spread out, but they don't do that. All they want to do is expose their... I think what I've realised is that the mushrooms want to expose their undersides, where they produce the spores from, to... I suppose to high up, to the air, to the light. I think that's what they try and do. So when they're on a vertical one, they come out like this, and they basically fan out, which is what you want to do to get the best growth. If they're on a horizontal surface, then they'll come like this. Particular oyster mushrooms, anyway, they grow up like this. But because it's easier for them to expose their underside, they kind of go all horrible. Anyway, so. I had some failures, and I'm quite disappointed because the crop was quite large. Anyway, they tasted okay. They were quite nice. Pink ones had a little bit of a bitter taste, and it was different from the pink ones that I had from the shops. Anyway, ooh, do you know what else I'm going to tell you about? It's channel related, actually. I've been beta testing games lately. My channel's got like weirdly popular lately, and people have been approaching me about stuff, and they were saying, hey, why don't you check out my game and stuff? And I was like, why don't I check out your game and stuff? So I've checked out some games. I've also have my ear close to the ground about other beta tests and stuff that have come out, and there's one that I've been doing which is called Card Hunter. So some of you might know what it is. It was in RPS like ages ago, Rock Paper Shotgun ages ago, and it went and did the rounds. I quite like it. It's free to play. I got some gripes with the game, and most of that is to do with the free to play payment model that they've got for the game. But apart from that, I quite like it because it's a bit like a cross between D&D and MTG, so like Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering. But I tell you what. It'd probably be better explained if I did a video just solely on it, and so you can get the thing, like the feel of it. You can check out videos and things. There's like promotional stuff on the internet and on YouTube right now. But obviously you'll be wanting to see what I think of it. Come and watch my videos. I'm back, sort of. We'll get back to that actually. What else have I been doing? Oh, I went to Scotland as well. And we went wild plant foraging. That's what we did. And I made a risotto, a wild garlic risotto, wild garlic and pea risotto, and it was delicious. Like all my risottos are delicious. But this one, well, wild garlic has a particular sort of taste. It is garlicky, obviously, but it's got, I don't know. Go and eat some. Don't actually, unless you know what you're doing. Don't go and eat wild plants. I've been doing it since I was a kid. I grew up in quite a sort of ruralish area, and we used to just... Well, we eat the stuff that I was a bad boy. Not bad, as in, like, seriously bad, but just like a naughtily behaved boy that did sort of strange things, like eat strange things, yeah. I turned out healthy enough, though, strangely. I'm strong. Oh my god. Oh, let's just check the thing. Oh, I'll tell you what, I've been doing, playing this Lord of the Rings card game as well. Do you want to... It's just down here. We're sort of halfway through a game. You can see. You see that? Hold on, I can't see what I'm looking at. Yeah, you can see that okay. It looks quite complicated. It is sort of complicated. I don't know. It's hard to get into. Once you're into it, then it's quite cool. There's just a lot of phases, a lot of rounds and things. It's not like most of the card games that I've played before. I might even make a video about it. I don't know. We'll see. See how I feel. I've never done. Oh, wait, so I need to adjust you a little bit here. I don't think I've done a real world game before. Yeah, I don't like Scrabble. Just so you know. But it's quite a cool game, and we've been getting into that. Oh yeah, do you know what else I've been getting into? Arduino, which is like the open source thingy, the open source hardware. It's like electronics, like open source electronics, but it's circuitry as well, so you can do programming, data collection and stuff like that. And Raspberry Pi, for those of you who don't know, it's a computer. It's like this big, and it's well, it's like this, sort of. But that's my phone. It's like the best computer in the world, apart from doing anything that takes like memory and graphics. It's cool. You should look up Raspberry Pi, but there's lots of practical applications for it. And one of the main reasons I'm getting into Python is because Python is like the go-to language for Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi runs a version of Linux. I think it's Debian. Not sure. Although it's Raspbian, which is its own flavor of Debian. If you're into Linux and stuff like that, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Lots of tech talk today. Sorry guys if this is going whoosh for some of you, but that means there's all the more reason for you to go on Google search, and we'll find out all this wonderful stuff. Anyway, there's a few projects that I'm doing for some clients that require like computers to be involved, and I clicked one day and I was like, do you know what would solve my problem? Is if I had a little computer like this big, and it could and it was cheap, and it doesn't need much processing power, but it just needs to be a computer, and I can program programs for it. And then I was just like, do you know what, there's that Raspberry Pi thing that people have been going on about, maybe I should check that out. And it's amazing. It's amazing. It's actually not meant for what I'm using it for, but who cares about that? It does what I need it to do, and I get paid to do what I get to do, and everyone thinks I'm a genius. Do you know, that's the thing about geniuses. It used to be in the ancient times that a person wasn't a genius, that they had a genius, because we're all just humans at the end of the day, and generally if we ever come up with anything massively inspirational, it's not necessarily down to something innately amazing about ourselves. Generally it's more to do with our environment and experiences and things like that. This is a philosophical, we'll go with that, subject, and we won't go too much in detail about that, but basically that's something to think about. You aren't a genius. Anyway, people think I am, but I'm not. I'm just using like bits and pieces that already exist, that people have, and just like put them together, and like boom, this solves our problem. But like there's really clever people out there, like that I feel extremely inferior. A friend of mine, her brother, has been recently developing a piece of some software program for pilot training for the military, and he's gone off to America to help the US Army and well, I suppose the joint Allied forces to fly aeroplanes better. But I feel quite like, I was like, wow, I wish I had something like that. So I haven't. Although, let's talk about the next thing that I'm on to, actually, because I said Arduino. I've been working on Arduino, and for those of you who don't know, it's basically just like electronics. I already have said that, but what am I doing with it? You're not going to believe this. I'm making robots with it. Robots that collect data in, basically, and they assess the environment. So they're looking for heat, they're looking for levels of certain chemicals and things like that. What else? Oh, well, actually, the most interesting, because sensor like relays and stuff like that, it's not that amazing, but it's what the robots do. They act in a swarm, and what they do is they sort of disseminate throughout an area, and typically it's like a hazardous area, and the applications that we've got planned for it are sort of like post-chemical and biological attacks, possibly post-nuclear attacks as well, although there's some, well, I don't know about the nuclear ones, because there's like some things that about nuclear environments that make it difficult for the devices that we're planning to make work just with in case there's rapid emissions of electrons and things. Well, I want to do shielding and stuff like that. Anyway, a little bit different models, but I mean the chemical and biological environments. Caves are another one, and they basically go in swarms. And what they do is they communicate with each other, and then they communicate with a central hub. And basically, what they do is they say, "This is where I am, and this is what the sensor data is picking up in this particular location." And then they sort of map out. So basically what it's like in that area, and they all talk to each other, and so you get a general good average in case there's some reads are off and things like that, but generally you'll get pretty accurate information from each one, and then they sort of relay that information back up to the central computer, and that processes, and that's what's generating the map up. Anyway, it's also good for burning buildings and things like that, or buildings that are structurally unsafe. Or it does actually have defense applications, because you could send in one of these swarms into like an enemy territory, and generally wars that are fought nowadays are not really typical wars. It's a lot of urban sort of conflicts and things like that, and the application could be applied to that, scouting basically. Although I don't really feel too comfortable. I sound like a hippie. There's probably loads of money to be made in that, but I already know that there's some guys way ahead of what we're doing on that. So on the military application side, so I think maybe the sort of humanitarian one probably is more likely. The other thing is that we're trying to keep it cheap, so it's affordable for NGOs and stuff like that, who want to deal with conflicts and such. Actually, private organisations as well that want to do exploration. These are quite useful, but we'll have to see. Anyway, I love robots. I should show you one. At the moment, though, these little guys, they're just in the sort of concept phase, and I don't want to tell you everything in case someone pinches our idea. But the notion of it is already there, and we got some secret stuff, secret sauce. We can't give you the recipe. What else have I been doing? I've been rambling almost. For goodness knows how long. My notes tell me that I should tell you about that. I've been going out. I've been going outside, meeting people, making friends. That's been nice. Actually meeting up with old friends as well, which is really nice. And I don't know. Oh, tomorrow, an old friend, someone that I knew from when I was a teenager, her boyfriend's got an exhibition on, so I'm going to see that, which is cool. Also my old art teacher is in the exhibition as well, which is what a weird small world it is. What's also weird is that he went to see my exhibition, which was months ago, a couple of months ago. It's weird. Anyway, what am I talking about? Yeah, it's a note to say that I think I've forgotten stuff, but I don't know. I feel like I've forgotten something. I think I've said an awful lot, though, to be honest. I feel like I've been talking for ages. What else? Oh yeah. This is the last bit. I am serious about getting on track. With my YouTube videos. It is actually worth my time to spend I don't know, maybe half a day or a day, full day, making videos, because as you know, I'm partnered, which means I get some compensation for the videos of advertising revenue. So I basically get a slice of what my network gets a slice of from YouTube and Google. It's not huge amounts of money, although one month I got quite a nice amount, which is just after New Year. So I was really happy about that one. I can't actually tell you how much it is because I'm not allowed. It'll jeopardize my contract. Sorry, everybody. It used to be I could get buy a coffee a day, and now it's get lunch, a nice lunch a day, on a good month, when I'm making stuff. Well, but it's not enough to live on by a long way. But my programming stuff anyway. I don't know. Like I have thought this debate out in my head. Like, what would I do if I came to the point where in YouTube I could make more money than on my programming and stuff? But that's a long, long way away. Who knows though? I might just do both. Although, to be honest, to keep something... The other thing is, what I found was with the Let's Plays is that it was very easy to keep something after spend very long. I could just spend like, I don't know, like 2 hours recording, and then I could do the rendering, and there was very little editing to do for a Let's Play, and I could just put them out, and so I could have like at least like one video a day really easily. But the other stuff that I do, that I'm trying to do more of, but I've consequently ended up doing none of, is the sort of like more content orientated rather than just like game orientated. I do like doing Let's Plays. Like you already know that, and I've said that loads of times. But I want to get on track, and there's lots of subjects that I want to talk about, and I keep thinking, oh, that would be a great idea, but I just need some time. And what I've been finding that I've been doing actually is, what I used to do is I used to have a schedule where I'd be like, right, this is the time that I use for making YouTube videos, and what I ended up doing was not keeping to that at all. So I'm sorry. I've been borrowing that time for projects and stuff, so but I want to get back, and we'll get back on track. Anyway, this video is probably really, really long, so we'll leave it there. But yeah, I'm alive, and thank you very much for sticking around. Oh, the other thing is over 13,000 subscribers, so that's more than 3,000 from the last time. Hi all the new guys. Thanks for joining us. Sorry I haven't done anything in the last few months, well, yeah, but you know what I've been doing now. So yeah, we'll leave it there. When we come back, I want to get on doing some things. I won't have anything more. I won't have time to do anything tonight, and I won't have any time tomorrow. Oh no! I will make some time. Maybe next Tuesday, and I will do a video about card hunters. What about that? Does that sound cool? And then we can talk about that, and maybe some other thing. I know there's topics and subjects you all want me to talk about. Oh, the jingle reply thing. People want to know what I think about it. I pretty much agree with most of the stuff he says. Jingle's reply to the Elder Scrolls dumbing down. He says that it's not dumbing down. I kind of agree with him. The argument that he makes is not all too flattering on sort of Elder Scrolls front. I think the argument basically goes like this: Samuel, you're looking at the Elder Scrolls, particularly Morrowind, through rose-tinted glasses. Although he does say that he thinks that that Morrowind is also his favourite. And mostly for all the reasons that I say. Then he had a major gripe with me saying that there was wonderful conversations. Now, I got to say something. That's my guilty regret. Actually, in that video, I do say the wonderful conversations of Morrowind. I was kind of going a bit overboard with that. I got to say, yeah, the conversations of Morrowind were cool. Like plot conversations were really good. They were in depth, and there was different notes and things, and if you read up, and it really told a story. However, the average person who was not orientated to a plot or like subplot, like of different quests and things like that, they had a lot to say, but most of it wasn't unique. I kind of still felt like there was flavour there, and there was a lot more scope for role playing. But anyway. That's my defence of that little statement. I think a lot of people took a little bit umbrage with that. Well, apart from the fact when I said that the PC gamers were the master race and anybody who plays a console are dirty scumbags. Did you realise I said that? I've listened to that video about 5 times now, and I didn't say it once. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Although if you're subscribed to me, I think you realise that. I do have console. People say the Wii's not a console, but it's like it is. It plugs into the telly and it plays games. And I have a Master System and a Mega Drive, and that's a console too, and that's even less powerful than the Wii. And it's although that's like 3rd or 4th gen or something. Where are we up to? Oh, don't tell me about Xbox One. Oh, let's not talk about that either. It just says that, it just sort of like makes me feel a bit awkward, a bit cringy, that we're going down like a massive DRM world. I love GOG. Let's support GOG in their anti-DRM stance. And have they lost business because of it? Have they gone bankrupt because all of their games are DRM free? No, they're actually doing pretty solid. So how is that? Maybe because piracy is not the issue that. Well, anyway, let's not get into that either, because that's another video. But it's not the issue. And Jingles, I agree with most of the stuff you were saying, and we don't really have too much. I think we're pretty much on the same page, actually. There's just a few things that he had a gripe with what I had to say, and there's a few things I didn't really agree with him, but it's like not enough for me to like mention. And yeah, I like his video is linked underneath mine, so you can go see that if you haven't seen it. Lots of people emailed me about it right after he released it, and people want me to make a response. I don't really have a response to make, to be honest. Oh, that was the other thing. The sort of the real defense as to why the Elder Scrolls is not being dumbed down, as per Jingle's video, the summarization of it, what I get from it anyway, is that the Elder Scrolls is like not that good of an RPG. And you know what? I think you might be right, actually. So yeah, maybe I've just been imagining that the Elder Scrolls are a really good RPG. I really felt it in Morrowind. I played Daggerfall and I thought that was quite a cool RPG. But when I compare the sort of like RPG mechanics and things, it's a different type of subgenre of RPG, and I shouldn't compare it necessarily to the, like, I don't know, Baldur's Gate and things like that, because that is the go-to be-all and end-all. Baldur's Gate 2, I gotta say, I think that's probably like the best RPG experience on a computer if you want to experience something. Really get into it. It's really enjoyable. It's on GOG.com as well. Go and buy it from them if you haven't. They have regular sales as well. It's like nothing. Get it from GOG.com. I don't know if you can get it from Steam. Don't buy it from Steam. Get it from GOG.com. Because Steam lock you down and DRM everything. I know you guys know that I'm on Steam as well, so I'm not anti-Steam. Any time I say something negative about something, doesn't mean that I hate it or want to destroy it. It just means that I just have a legitimate criticism. I think some people don't understand nuance. But I suppose, seeing as you guys are subscribed, then you do understand nuance. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Alright, see you later, guys. Oh, no, that's not what I say. Oh man, I've been out of the loop for so long, I haven't done the thing that I have to say. It's like, okay, I've got it, I'm ready. Okay, alright, okay. Stay safe, take care of yourself. And don't wink at them, and goodbye. What are you up to? Crazy boy.